Jack really didn't want to duel the prince. Even though the prince had a magic talent of 40, which was already half the level of the strongest mages, Jack's level had reached 1002. Since it far exceeded this world's magic limit, others could only see the last 2 digits of his level. That's why the prince had the confidence to challenge Jack. Even though the prince's attacks couldn't hurt him, Jack still had to play alone. But the prince thought it was boring to just beat on Jack, so he insisted that Jack fight back a little. Jack quickly granted his wish. In an instant, Jack teleported behind the prince, making him regret ever suggesting the duel. That day, the prince and princess came to visit Jack's home. But during their visit, the prince suddenly started picking on Jack's father. All because when Jack's father welcomed them, he mentioned the princess before the prince in his speech. Not only that, when the prince noticed Jack staring at him, he immediately challenged Jack to a duel. And so, Jack and the prince headed to the arena. But deep down, Jack really didn't want to fight him. Using his magic eye, he could clearly see how weak the prince's level was. Before Jack could even move, the prince launched an attack. Luckily, Jack had already cast a defensive spell on himself. No matter what the prince did, he couldn't hurt Jack. What Jack didn't expect, though, was that the prince demanded he fight back. To satisfy him, Jack instantly teleported behind the prince and easily knocked him down. But the prince, furious, broke the rules of the duel. He unleashed magic attacks on Jack, only to have them effortlessly blocked. The prince couldn't believe it. He kept firing spells, but none of them had any effect. Refusing to accept Jack's strength, the prince accused him of cheating. Jack admitted it. He had indeed cheated by absorbing all of the prince's magic. And if the prince wanted, Jack could return it all at once.